It's more of a face crank right now. She's going right across the chin. Very uncomfortable.
Although Alexandra Savicheva may look like she belongs on a runway, this supermodel isn't shy about knocking people out. In the cage, she's pure violence.
New year, new me. Drop that attitude. New year, better me.
With her lethal kicks, relentless pressure, and fight IQ far beyond her years, many fans are already hailing her as the next Dakota Decea. Some even claim she might be more dangerous, and perhaps even more captivating than Dakota herself.
So long and rangy.
Put away.
Come on in. We're ready to dive in. So long and ranging away. The question remains, who is Alexandra Savicheva, and why is the MMA world buzzing about a potential showdown with Dakota? Born on May 29, 1998, in Yaroslav, Russia, Alexandra grew up far from the glamour her image now suggests. Her childhood was defined by discipline, tough choices, and an unshakable drive for self-improvement. At just 7 years old, her father gave her 3 options: Kudo, dancing, or swimming. While most girls might have chosen the stage or the pool, Alexandra chose the fight.
Savicheva sweeps from the clinch and works on the ground.
Kudo was Alexandra Savicheva's first glimpse of true character, and for those unfamiliar, it's no easy martial art. It's a brutal hybrid of karate, judo, and kickboxing that demands grit, pain tolerance, and rare toughness. Alexandra didn't just train in it. She thrived, fighting only boys until age 12 and often dominating them. Her coaches demanded she forget she was a girl, pushing her to train and fight like the boys, a mentality that forged her into something different from most female athletes. By her mid-teens, Alexandra was already making history, and at just 16, she became a Kudo world champion, a title that instantly marked her as a rising prospect. But one discipline wasn't enough. Transitioning into kickboxing, she collected belts, knockouts, and highlight reels that spread her reputation across Russia and beyond, before deciding to chase the ultimate challenge: mixed martial arts. Inspired by icons like Ronda Rousey and Valentina Shevchenko, she embraced a sport that requires striking, grappling, submissions, cardio, toughness, and above all, adaptability. Alexandra fights like a striker first, but with measured aggression, probing with jabs, chopping with leg kicks, then exploding with sharp combinations at the perfect moment. Every move has purpose. Her arsenal includes fight-ending head kicks, relentless punch-kick barges, slick clinch throws courtesy of her Kudo roots, and rapidly improving submission skills, proven by her first MMA choke victory. Her record speaks volumes, with wins across Kudo, kickboxing, and MMA, showcasing her adaptability and toughness. Competing in organizations like One Championship, and now stepping into the spotlight through LFA, the same path that produced champions like Alex Pereira. She's proving herself a future superstar. What sets her apart is her relentless drive to learn, evolve, and never break under pressure. And now, the elephant in the room looms: Dakota Decea. Dakota has been ripping through opponents in the PFL with her crisp Muay Thai, lethal knees, and unshakable confidence, already establishing herself as a global star many believe will become the face of women's MMA. But here's the catch: Alexandra is cut from the same cloth. Tall, rangy, striking heavy, and undeniably marketable, she mirrors Dakota's ability to blend elegance with brutality. Both women have that rare factor, and both look destined to headline major cards in the near future. Fans are buzzing about the comparison, some dubbing Alexandra the next Dakota Diva, while others argue her Kudo background makes her even more dangerous. And if these two ever collide inside the cage, let's be real, it would be absolute fireworks.
Which is apparently coming up in late June, and she said, quote, "I'm not fighting at the White House," also adding she has, quote, "better shit to do." But as far as an actual return to fighting, Rousey said, quote, "After Mike Tyson being the biggest fight of the year, you never say never."
I feel like really vilified by MMA media at this point, and I'm not really, welcome back, which is why I haven't gone to a UFC fight since. 'Cause I'm pretty sure if I walked into the arena, I'd be booed.
Why does that bother you?
Why? I guess I wish it didn't. But, you know, I gave them everything I had.
Dakota thrives in the pocket with vicious knees, elbows, and clinch strikes, while Alexander shines at range, punishing opponents with kicks and sniper-like combinations, a clash of styles that would be electric. With Alexander's rapidly improving grappling, she may have more weapons than people realize, and while some fans believe her head kick could end Dakota's reign, others argue Dakota's experience and toughness would carry her through. Either way, the matchup feels inevitable, and the hype only grows. What makes Alexandra so marketable is her dual identity. The flawless model who commands attention in photo shoots, and the ruthless fighter willing to break noses and shatter jaws. Promoters love it, fans love it, and if she keeps winning, she could become a global superstar, not just in MMA, but in mainstream culture. Think Ronda Rousey, Valentina Shevchenko, even Paige Van Zandt, but with her own Russian twist. So, is Alexandra Savicheva simply the next Dakota Decea, or is she something bigger, carving her own path to UFC gold? With deadly striking, knockout power, and crossover star appeal, Alexandra has all the tools to be more than the next big thing. She could be the first Alexandra Savicheva, a force capable of changing women's MMA forever. One thing's for sure, if these two ever collide, it could be the most explosive women's fight in MMA history.
About the White House, have they? I know you've got. You're not going to fight again. That sounds like the kind of show they would call. They would.
I mean, you know, after Mike Tyson being the biggest fight of the year, you can never say never, but I ain't fighting at the fucking White House.
Tell us why, because no, I want you to. I want you to tell me why you're not going to do it. Even if offered.
Even if offered?
Yeah.
I got better shit to do.
Love it.
My kid needs pasta.
Ronda Rousey has issued a crystal clear warning to the UFC and Dana White, and she isn't holding back. In a fiery appearance on a Lapsed Fan podcast, the former UFC bantamweight champion made her stance unmistakable when asked about the upcoming historic UFC White House event. "I am not fighting at the White House," Rousey declared with conviction. Citing the spectacle of Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul as the year's biggest fight, she added, "You never say never on return, but I ain't fighting in the White House."
At the end of this month, we're going to start deciding what he wants and doesn't want. But yeah, it's definitely going to happen.
It's definitely going to happen. That's what UFC President Dana White had to say about a UFC event taking place on the White House lawn on July 4th, 2026. Now, President Trump said last month that he wanted to stage a fight on the White House grounds with upwards of 20,000 fans in attendance as a part of the nation's 250th anniversary celebration. Now, White told CBS this morning that he spoke with President Trump on Monday, and he's going to meet with him and his daughter Ivanka at the end of the month to finalize details for the event. The historic fight will be televised on CBS, and its announcement comes on the heels of the UFC agreeing to a groundbreaking 7-year deal with Paramount that pays them an average of
But that wasn't all. When pressed on whether she'd reconsider, President Trump personally offered her the opportunity. Rousey's response was even more blunt, revealing where her priorities truly lie. "Even if offered, I got better as asterisk to do. My kid needs pasta." Tonight, we'll break down what this means to the UFC, explore the political undertones, and examine whether fans will ever see rowdy Ronda return to the octagon. First, let's understand what Rousey is rejecting. The UFC White House event, an unprecedented spectacle in combat sports history. With key decisions looming later this month, the stage is being set for what could be one of the most controversial events the UFC has ever attempted. Asterisk.
Sick is that for you that now you kind of got this White House event?
Literally everybody wants to fight on this card. Makes it a lot more fun.
Saw Jones not retired anymore.
Jump back in the pool. So
what would be the dream main event?
Aspinall versus Jones.
Is it possible that McGregor and Jones would fight on the same card?
Could be. We will absolutely positively put on the baddest card.
UFC CEO Dana White confirmed the historic event after meetings with President Donald Trump in August 2025. Originally slated for July 4th, 2026, to commemorate America's 250th anniversary, the date has been moved to June due to logistical considerations. Picture this: MMA fights on the South Lawn of the White House, weigh-ins at the Lincoln Memorial, and viewing areas spread across the National Mall. It's a spectacle designed to capture global attention and cement the UFC's mainstream acceptance. The buzz is already massive, with stars like Conor McGregor, Jon Jones, Michael Chandler, and Colby Covington all expressing interest in competing on what could become the most-watched UFC card in history.
I mean, if you follow her on social media, she seems to be getting herself in tremendous shape. I'm not sure what the relationship is between Ronda Rousey and TKO after the WWE departure and things that were said, but I'm sure Dana White would welcome Ronda Rousey back with open arms. And I don't know this for certain, but you would think Ronda would like to rewrite the history of what is her final UFC fight and what is the final chapter of her mixed martial arts career. The loss to Holly Holm, how she handled it, the Amanda Nunes fight, how she handled it before and after, the fight week just kind of shutting everybody out, not doing any media, and then just sort of disappearing. But with the weight that was bestowed upon her throughout her UFC career, it must have been very hard for her. And it must have been almost impossible to carry a lot of the weight she had to carry over the years as a superstar in this brand new sport, this infant sport that had just not seen a superstar of that level. And I think deep down, if she could do it one more time, she would. Maybe we get Ronda Rousey versus Miesha Tate one more time. Be a double retirement fight for both. That would be massive. With all that said, I don't know if she even wants to revisit that part of her life again. But maybe as a mom, she'll have a different lens to look through when it comes down to it. All in all, I don't think she comes back. I don't think she needs to come back. I don't think she has to fight again. But honestly,
Rousey's disinterest speaks volumes about where she is in life right now. To truly understand her rejection, we need to look at her remarkable transformation since stepping away from the octagon. At 37, the former champion has completely pivoted her focus. She's married to former UFC heavyweight Travis Brown, and together they're raising 2 daughters. Their first, Lakau Makalapio Kalanipo, was born in September 2021, followed by Likiu Payu Mahina Kapua Brown in January 2025. So when Rousey says, "My kid needs pasta," it isn't just a flippant remark. It's a clear reflection that her priorities have shifted from championship glory to family stability. But it's not just about motherhood. Rousey has successfully transitioned into screenwriting, even securing a Netflix deal to pen the script for her own biopic. After interning in WME story department to learn the fundamentals, she shocked many by completing her first draft in just 7 days. On top of that, she has authored a graphic novel titled Expecting the Unexpected, set for release in October 2025. These aren't the actions of someone planning a comeback. They're the moves of someone building an entirely new life. And there's also a political dimension to her rejection that can't be ignored. Rousey has long been vocal about her views, and during the 2016 presidential race, she publicly stated she wouldn't vote for Trump, saying, "I just really wouldn't trust a guy running my country. I don't want a reality TV star to be running my country." So if you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like the video, hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, share this with other fight fans, and drop your thoughts in the comments below. I want to hear what you think.